A Favor for My Father is a role playing adventure game which takes place in a Japanese internment camp during the Second World War. At the onset of our story, we meet Ren, a present day Japanese American teenager. Ren is assigned a paper on the internment of Japanese citizens during the Second World War. After spending a few hours doing research on the topic, Ren falls asleep at his desk. When he comes to, he is astounded to find himself in an internment camp in the year 1943. Ren's family somehow is also in the camp, but in this timeline, they have always been there. Ren's father plays for a baseball team in the camp, but claims that his lucky glove, the one he has worn for all of his games, has gone missing. This is where our gameplay begins. Ren must explore the camp to solve the mystery of the missing glove. While exploring and interacting with various NPCs, Ren will also collect various newspaper clippings and artifacts that educate the player about life in the internment camps. Our story will conclude with a cinematic cutscene of Ren's father's game. As Ren's father scores the winning run, the crowd will erupt, causing a cheering Ren to awake from his slumber. A Favor for My Father will be made for a high school history course. The audience is comprised of teenagers who are currently struggling with school. Through this immersive experience, the player will learn about life in internment camps and its effects on each generation. The significance of baseball will be embedded throughout the game, making its importance impossible to miss. Players will have a first-hand view of oppression. Though our story is a happy one, it still will be true to life in the representation of its characters. Though not entirely open world, A Favor for My Father will provide a large enough sandbox for players to traverse. There will be minigames peppered in, but they will only allow the player to partake a couple of times max before becoming inactive. An example of this being a friend of Ren's having to go home for dinner, thus ending the interaction. The mystery of the missing glove can also be solved in a number of different ways. The path to the game's conclusion is not linear. This will result in some students finding more artifacts than others, sparking conversations about which clippings each student found. This paves the way for replayability. As stated before, A Favor for My Father is a non-linear third-person RPG. Players will be able to walk, sprint, crouch, sneak, jump, and climb throughout the camp. Quick saves will record progress, eliminating the need to pause and consult a menu. Mini-games will be included, which will feature strategy games and quick time events. Players will also need to manage inventory, which will include items to solve the mystery of the missing glove, actual newspaper clippings from the time, and other historical artifacts. The plight of the Japanese American has never been told through this lens. This game will be catered towards an audience with a favorable view of video games. A Favor for My Father offers replayability, as the mystery can be solved in a variety of ways, and collectibles can be missed during a playthrough. Simply put, there isn't a more immersive educational video game on such a heavy topic currently on the market.